Oh, I'd love to. Oh, I'd love to be an Oscar Mayer wiener. That is what I'd truly like to be. 'Cause if I were an Oscar Mayer wiener, everyone would be in love with me.
Oh, I'm glad I'm not an Oscar Mayer wiener. That is what I never want to be. 'Cause if I were an Oscar Mayer wiener, there would soon be nothing left of me.
The fuck off the neighbor's roof! Get down, Billy Earl! Man, he always doing dumb shit. Billy Earl, get off the fucking roof! I'm gonna get closer so y'all can finally see how the fuck he be doing this shit. Billy Earl! Man, what the fuck is on that roof to where he keep going up there?
Our baby goat has hit the point where she's in her just like bouncing everywhere little asshole stage. Like, we went through the couple weeks of she liked to be picked up and held and wanted to be sweet. Now she's in asshole mode and wants to like run around and jump and doesn't want to let anybody rub her or touch her. It's really cute, but also it's like just stand still for a fucking second.
Yeah, man, we've got baby goats too right now. They are something. We've got one. Sorry, does it sound like there's something being eaten alive outside my door there? Sorry, it's not even in the same room as me. Yeah, some of them were just fucking adorable. But then we had this boy. I was telling you guys in the chat. And it was like last week, thank God I was outside. I was like barbecuing and I hear him just screaming, when, goats make noise, but you can tell when an animal's in distress, So, I spring into action and throw my hat on the ground and unplug the electric fence and dive through, and I actually ran. Be proud of me. But ran over to the goat, and anyhow, his little arm was like hung up in just there's this little crack in the house, the goat shelter, and I guess his arm went in and then slid down, couldn't pull it out. He's bent in some position that didn't look natural, just screaming. I was like, oh my God, got him out of there. Limping around, but he was fine. They're tough. Fun fact for those listening who don't know, Clyde's experiencing this moment. Goats they have what's called a floating front shoulder, and their front shoulder doesn't actually attach in like a ball socket joint. It's not actually attached like bone to bone or whatever to their front ribs. It's like on a piece of cartilage and it sort of slides. It's just attached via muscle and shit like that. So it's probably one of the reasons they're so flexible and agile. But yeah, there's not actually a socket in the front on a goat. It's called a floating shoulder. Anyhow, so he was fine. But then later that week we banded him, and usually the goats seem a little uncomfortable for like 30 minutes. He seemed pretty uncomfortable for a couple days. We're actually a little worried about him for a minute, but everything's fine now. So maybe he's just a big baby. And then his horn, sent you a picture, his horn like split, which we've never had happen, but we wrapped it. He's fine. He's gonna be a food goat anyhow.
He's had a rough couple weeks, yeah. But
yeah.
Talking about like getting hung up on stuff. We've got one that he's a biter, and his name is Petey. And we walked outside one day, like I was hanging out with the kids, and we walked outside, and I was like, "That doesn't look like one of our goats. Like, why is there just a random goat in our fucking pen? Like, what the hell?" And come to find out, this Petey, a neighbor down the road had him and decided he wasn't going to keep him. He didn't want him. And so Stephanie was like, yeah, you can just bring him over. And so the dude just like came over and dumped him in our pen and left, like didn't say anything. So I was like, okay, whatever. That was, because Ralphie's pretty territorial.
Rude, but,
Ralphie's pretty territorial. So that's a little bit risky, but it's cool. It worked out. He's been castrated. So, no balls. So Ralphie just thinks he can fuck him. I'm like, Ralphie, just because he doesn't have balls doesn't mean you can't, or that you can fuck him. But anyway, so
no, you can. It's just an abomination, and you're not going to get into heaven,
right?
But
so Petey is annoying, and he bites a lot, and he just wants attention. He just wants love. But God, he's so fucking annoying. Well, so this guy that had him before, apparently he like tried to jump over their fence and got stuck and like got his head stuck. And so the guy just like stood there and like watched him for a minute and was like, "Do I just let him strangle himself?" And then he was like, "No, I better not." And he got him down, and then we ended up with him. And sometimes when I go out there and he's being extra annoying, I'm like, "Man, maybe I should have just let him strangle himself." And also, there are a few times where I'm like, "All right, Ralphie, I'll hold him down and you fuck him." Like, I'm tired of messing with this motherfucker. Like I will help you out.
Teach him a lesson.
Yeah, let's get him. Oh my gosh,
let's get him. Oh man!
See, this goes back. I wish there was a good way to do like the cult. Did you ever remember Timeline Earth, or back when it was whatever it was before that?
Yeah, the Fagcast.
Yeah, whenever they would do like they always did like the cold open. So like the intro music would play and they're already mid conversation, and so you like stuff is
you just roll in.
I wish there was a good way to do that with the way we do this, because we could have done that with our conversation that we had going before the show started. But this goes back to that, talking about me being kind of heartless. It's like, all right, like, yeah, the goat pissed me off, so I'm gonna hold him down and let Ralphie fuck him just out of spite. Like,
yeah, we were talking about Love on the Spectrum, and I was telling you how it gets me, it touches me, and makes me like, maybe not tear up, but almost tear up. It's sweet. It's precious when they have to break up with each other, But you're talking about watching the show, and yeah, I don't know if it hits you the same way. You're not a big woman like I am.
Not a lot of emotion going on. Although I cried one time, and she'll never let me live it down.
Yeah, it's going. Oh, she knows you're referencing her. She didn't know about what though.
Have I told you all about that? I had this really touching dream, and I woke up.
Are you talking about the crying?
See, I told you. I woke up from this dream crying, and
talking about it's even gayer.
Emotions, and you had emotions, so we made fun of you. And then never hear the end of it.
The one time I actually have any kind of emotion other than anger and resentment, and now everybody gives me shit about it.
The woman or the tree. The woman or the tree. Yep.
But talking about my lack of emotion. My mom's mom, before she passed, she came and stayed with us so my mom and her sisters would split her up. Each of them would keep her for a month at a time. So that way everybody had her for a while, and they could make sure that she was being taken care of. And one time when she came to stay with us, she just treated mom like absolute dog shit the whole time she was there. And after she left, I told my mom, I was like, "Mom, I love you, but if you ever treat me like that, I will put you in a home and forget that you exist." And she looked straight at me and she said, "I absolutely believe that you would do that." Which the reason she says that she absolutely believes I would do that was because when I was fresh out of college and I'd moved off to Arkansas, and new marriage and new career and all that stuff wasn't really going quite the way I had hoped it would. And so mom would call me every day on my way home from work. And so she would just keep asking me the same fucking question over and over and over again, because I wasn't giving her the answer that she wanted to hear. So she would just keep asking me the same question over and over again. And so one day when she called, I was like, "All right, Mom, from now on, I have a 3-question rule." I said, "Whenever you call, you can ask me 3 questions, and I will answer all 3 of your questions. And then I'm going to say, 'I love you. I'll talk to you tomorrow.'" And she goes, "I only get 3 questions?" I said, "Yes, Mom, and now you have 2.
One.
You counted that as one of my questions? I said, "Yes,
Oh.
and now you have 1. Why are you doing this? It's because you asked me the same thing over and over again, and it gets kind of tiring answering the same question over and over again. So I want you to think about what you want to talk to me about and be direct with me, and don't ask me the same thing." I can hear my dad. My dad was also on the phone, like he was sitting in his office listening. I can't. I think he may have actually fallen out of his chair and was rolling in the floor laughing. Like I could hear Dad just cackling in the background.
Good.
you you got to learn to phrase what you want to say as a statement, not a question. That's what she's got to learn to do. And then we got a conversation going, you know? There you go.
You're only giving me 3 questions? Yep, and that's 1.
Yeah.
You counted that as a question? Yep, and that's 2.
The monkey paw, that shit.
She was not ready.
I like your sheep, Jay. Your lambs.
Yeah. Yeah, they're headbutting the crap out of my shins. That's how they get milk out of the udder.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it always looks so brutal.
Yeah, the kids are
They're just like,
why are they headbutting her? It's like, that's how this works.
Your back feet lifting up off the ground. Like, damn.
yeah, it's like a whoopee cushion, but full of milk.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to get it flowing, you know? They'll come in like just running in from like, you know, way out in the pasture, full speed, the 2 baby goats, just right into the udders. Bam! They go to town, dude. We actually haven't done any milking this round.
It's the worst part.
Yeah.
Walking all the way to the house from the barn. I should have drove.
Yeah, it's our far chicken coop. I don't know. I mean, it's not that far, maybe 400 or 500 feet. But yeah, you know, when it's late at night, it's like, oh, that's right, I gotta go lock up the birds. It's a trek.
Jay's walking in from the back 40.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you know who isn't doing a lot of walking? I talked about this on the Monday show, but it was just me and Steve. So I'll bring it up to you guys. Where's Trey today? He probably be good at this. Anyhow, Wayne went and saw the Minecraft movie with his son. Have you guys seen this? You heard about this? You seen this? You heard about this?
Hey, Kevin, have you seen this?
Yeah. Which I don't know. I mean, I don't know what you make a movie about with Minecraft, but that's beside the point. But he starts telling me, you know, it's Jack Black and Jason Momoa, and he's like, yeah, Jack Black never looked fatter, and Jason Momoa had like a beer gut, you know, he had like a gut arm, you know.
He's not getting that steroids to be Aquaman.
Yeah, right. Well, the only thing I'm familiar with in Aquaman, the only other thing I've ever seen him in was first Drago, you know, like the most terrifying person in the world. And then he's like the bad guy in Fast X, and he was hilarious in Fast X. He was like his character.
Yeah. Baywatch Nights, he was in that.
Okay. I haven't looked at that one either. But I said to him, just sort of like, I was like, oh yeah, there's the fucking body positivity propaganda movement, you know, trying to tell these kids that it's okay to be fucking fat, you know, watch, you know, the Minecraft movie, and they got to, you know, you got to tell them it's okay to be fat. And he goes, bro, it's crazy that you say that, because like before the movie, there's like a PSA about like, it's not okay to like make fun of fat kids with diabetes or something, you know. Let me see if I can find it. And I'm like, dude, get the fuck out of here. Like, I hate being right about that shit, you know. I had the Roseanne World Series video pulled up. We were talking about that last night on your show. Let's see, what would we call that? But yeah, man, when you start like looking at it like in that, you know, Edward Bernays style like propaganda shit, you see it everywhere. How do you spell diabetes?
Diabete.
Yes, I think that's right.
She only has 4 weeks left of school.
S-A.
Well, I didn't find it, but I did find a whole ass article about PSA. It's not okay to fat shame people, even if they are really, really bad.
That might be it. Well, maybe not the really that sounds.
Did you see the Jack Black from Minecraft action figure they're selling?
No.
But it's kind of funny. It's like the advertisement has a little girl playing with it. It's like what every little girl wants, a middle-aged fat guy.
Yeah. Here's something about type 1 diabetes in Minecraft, but it's not okay to make fun of the type 1 people.
Oh God,
Unless you're really cruel.
here's your Jack Black Minecraft action figure.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Look at that. Oh, sorry, that's hilarious.
Got a man purse and everything.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, he had a
Pick it up early and go.
sorry, I'm reading trying to find this stupid Minecraft thing. I'm moving through the videos.
55. Yeah, but that means that. Well, yeah, Dad leaves at like.
I don't know, maybe it was type 1 diabetes? Then I'd feel bad for making fun of it. But that's not what it is, because that wouldn't fit my narrative. So it's for not making fun of fat kids who play too much Minecraft.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I feel like when we stopped making fun of the fat kids, that's when society started to break down. Like, pretty sure it can all be narrowed down to that.
Yeah, probably. Do you ever play Minecraft?
I have watched my kids play Minecraft. I don't know what to do. I need clear objectives. I need goals. Like my OCD will not allow me to just like not have. I need the task list. You've done this. Now you need to go do this. Or like even with like an open world thing like Fallout. Like you have all of these different things that you can that you unlock, and so like, all right, now I can just pick one task on that list and just absolutely run that motherfucker to the into the ground. And then when I get done with that one, then I pick the next one on the list and I just run that one into the ground. Like I can follow.
Try not to get
Even
sidetracked.
though it's very open world and there's a lot of room to explore and wander, I'm also exploring and wandering with a purpose. I can't do Minecraft. That's a little much.
I get if I end up having to go in a building for an objective, like I have to clear that whole building. Like I can't just go into a building and do a couple things and loot a couple fucking drawers and then leave. Like I have to then clear that whole building. I have to loot everything in it. I have to completely overload myself and make a lot of tough decisions about if I want to keep this globe or this fucking fan. Maybe I have hoarder tendencies. We've been watching a lot of hoarders lately too, so it makes it easier for me to throw stuff away when I watch hoarders. I go, you know what? I don't need all these old egg cartons. I
know you are a Fallout fan. Did you watch the Fallout TV show that came on?
The first season anyhow, which I think is all that's out at this point. Yeah, I thought it was really good actually, and it was cool seeing all the stuff in the, like I haven't, a lot of video game movies. I'm a video game guy, but yeah, all this stuff, like all the props, you recognize from
it's cool that they have like all of the different stuff from the game incorporated into the show in some way, and then also you get like different nods to the different games, like spoiler alert, I guess, but like at the end of the season, you get the New Vegas teaser. So like you get a lot of stuff built into the show that fans of the game like, and it was really well done as far as like just a game production goes. Like a lot of the biggest gripe on video games being turned into TV shows and movies is they do such a piss poor job of it. Or they don't characterize it right, or like the Halo is a prime example of like.
Oh, that was an abomination.
Right, you had all of this source material, and then you just like fuck it up within the first episode. It's like
worst of all, it's just a bad movie or something, or not entertaining at all. If you try, but yeah, I thought the show was good. It was entertaining, and you guys know I'm particular. I'm critical. It was. I thought it was good, and then sticking to the game as much as I played it anyhow. I'd explain a couple things to the wife. Oh, that's what a power core is, or whatever. Fusion core, right? The power thing, the fusion core. Okay, yeah. I always get that in the cell. That's the ammo for the electricity gun. The names of those things switched up. I haven't played that in a minute. I have to get back into it.
You ever craft the railroad spike gun? That was a fun one.
So when it comes to like crafting like the weapons, like the baseball gun and this and that, it's like I've run across like half a dozen baseballs. I'm like, am I gonna have enough ammo to actually play with this thing when I actually build it? So I haven't really built any like the real any of those types of weapons. I do like in what's the one I'm playing 4 where you can't actually customize the guns pretty good.
On playthroughs that I do now, I kind of have a system that I go with, and I don't deviate a whole lot. Like I might play for a different final outcome on like New Vegas. I might side with Mr. House or the NCR. I've never sided with the Legion. I don't know how that would go, but like
I'm siding with the Mormon.
I've done enough. I've done enough of the playthroughs where like I just build all the different random shit and see what it does, and so now I know what I want to do. But like, it's really cool to play with the dumb goofy stuff that doesn't seem like it has a lot of purpose, or like, well, okay, I'm going to get minimal use out of this, but still it can be fun. Like so, anymore I don't really do that a lot, but I have done playthroughs where I did a lot of that, and I have been contemplating whether I want to go back and start 3 over again or go back and start 4 over again. I like 3 better, but I don't know. I'm on the fence. I want to start playing one of, because I finished my New Vegas Fallout or my New Vegas playthrough a couple months ago. And like I want to do one of the 2, but I haven't decided which one.
I know it may be hard for you to accept or even to understand. In my heart, I believe that though I am a sinner, I have been saved. And I believe there is something beyond this rock, and this air, and this water around us. Something more that is waiting for us. I have been baptized twice, once in water, once in flame. I will carry the fire of the Holy Spirit inside until I stand before my Lord for judgment.
Yeah, they always have like really interesting side characters.
That's a really cool DLC too. I enjoy that one.
Yeah, it's amazing how much is like in one of those fucking games. You know, how much shit they got different storylines and characters and so much shit. Lots of shit.
There are a couple of the DLCs that the way I did my last playthrough, I wasn't able to. So I did some of the like speed run your leveling up, but then it gives you a level cap. And so I ended up like some of the DLCs I wasn't able to do because you couldn't really hit a level cap that was high enough to complete them. So that like that's really sucked, which also made me feel like
he's from Kentucky now.
Maybe I need to go back and do New Vegas again, but like do it different this time, where that I can do all of the DLCs. But then, that's I don't know. I love New Vegas so much; it's hard not to like go back to that and keep playing that one. I think I'm going to end up doing Fallout 3 though.
Sorry about that. Family bum rushed me for bedtime. I forgot to mute.
Oh, good. Did you get
Thanks
some
for
kisses on the forehead in?
Oh yeah, you know.
Oh, shit. I don't know. I guess I have another topic we could talk about. Are you guys familiar with Anthony Bourdain?
Where did you go?
Oh yeah, famous drug abuser.
Yes. What else do you? I mean, I
know from the cooking and the travel shows. I'm just being a smartass. I'm sorry.
No. That's totally fine. That's a piece of this puzzle. I'd heard the name or whatever, I guess, and didn't I don't know. Couldn't have told you who he was, but we're flipping through the channels and this Anthony Bourdain cooking show, and I'm like, oh, and put it on, and it looks old. It was from like 2000. Anything cool, seemed like a cool dude and everything about him, and wife sitting next to me, and I'm like, isn't there? Why do I get like a sense like I've heard like his, but like something I don't know, controversial, or like he was Me Too'd or something like that. But then why is this TV show on and this and that? And she's like, oh, I don't know. I think like he died, but there was maybe something like mysterious, about his death or something. So I'm like, all right, well, I'm interested. So I start looking it up. It's just a Wikipedia or whatever. So, however that is. And, he was like, he got like his like start like talking shit about like the TV chefs and stuff. Like he would like openly like criticize like Guy Fieri and fucking Paula Deen and shit like that, which is pretty funny, and he's from New York or whatever, but actually seemed pretty cool for a New Yorker. Smoked like 2 packs a day. Yeah, he used to do a shit ton of drugs and stuff when he was younger.
One thing that was cool that he did right before he died, because he was famously like friends with the Clintons. It was right after
Really?
Trump. Yeah, it was right after Trump got elected. Yeah, right.
That's another good piece. Okay. Good.
But anyway, so I can't remember what channel it came on, but he was doing an episode where he went to like where West Virginia famously flipped red in favor of Trump, because all the coal miner unions and everything. And he just spent time in like just a small coal town, just seeing how it is and why people voted that way. Very interesting. You got tour everything.
Yeah, man. Well, because when I was reading, like, it's not just like, oh, it is like cooking shit. It's like he goes to a place and he's just like, I don't know. It just wasn't even the little bit of stuff I saw. It wasn't like a normal cooking guy, and, again, just reading on like Wikipedia, and it says like, oh, he apparently committed suicide by hanging himself in his hotel room during the filming of his most recent show on the Paris episode in Paris. And, some things are like almost like too. So, we're like conspiracy-ish, and it's easy to just say, oh yeah. And then you'd say now he's friends with the Clintons and stuff. I'm like, oh fuck, that's like a thing. And, he was outspoken against this or that. Well, oh, it's funny to think, oh, maybe Paula Deen killed him, or had him killed or something, something like that. Well,
wasn't there something from American Dad with Guy Fieri? Wasn't he like a?
Oh, maybe.
Isn't there a Guy Fieri cult in American Dad? Let me look that up.
Well, Anthony's wife was one of the Weinstein victims. Was one of like the Weinstein victims. So he was very outspoken against Weinstein and stuff. A couple episodes before this Paris filming, he filmed in Israel and had some thoughts about the way that they might treat their neighbors and talked about it on a show.
Some would say they're not a very good neighbor at all.
Yeah. Well, he ended up dead. Mysterious hanging a couple episodes later. I'm like, God damn it, man. Why is like the fat people thing I was just talking about, with why does it always have to be so like obvious, I guess. Yeah. But so now I'm like fascinated by Anthony Bourdain, and I like want to watch a show. I guess I don't know how based he may or may not be, but
there you go. It was 100%.
He must be pretty based.
100% Guy Fieri did it. So
Guy Fieri had him off.
When Stan
took him all the way to Flavortown.
When Stan berates Jeff for his lack of personal identity in Flavortown, he pressures him into getting a job. But while working at Pizza Overlord, Guy Fieri arrives with his crew to scout the place for an episode of Diners, Drive-Ins, and Dives, and invites Jeff to join his pesto crew with the encouragement from Stan, does so. But when his mannerisms annoy Haley, she lays down the law and insists that he quit. When he tries to do so, Guy Fieri announces his planned retirement and leaves the entire operation to Jeff. And then it turns out that Guy Fieri is actually like some sort of a demon spirit thing that inhabits this.
Jeff becomes the new Guy Fieri.
Yeah, Jeff becomes
right.
the new Guy Fieri. Like it's a whole thing. It was crazy.
Yeah, man.
It was definitely Guy Fieri was the one that got to him. I love diners, drive-ins, and dives. That's oh my gosh. I'll sit around and watch that for just like hours on end and be like, oh my god, where'd the day go?
Yeah, it's easy to hate on him or just make fun of him because it's so easy. But yeah, I do enjoy watching those too.
Yeah, he's not like again.
He doesn't take himself too seriously either. So that kind of makes him more likable.
He's one of those easy targets, like Nickelback or ICP or whatever. That it's just easy to just, universally insultable.
And then you hang out with some juggalos, and they're like, "All right, these guys are kind of weird, but they're nice. They like Fago."
Yeah, and I talk about it all the time on here, but how like the actual ICP guys are like brilliant marketing geniuses.
Mm-hmm.
They're fucking self-made like gazillionaires, dude. you seen any of their movies, Jay? You've seen everything. Have you seen any of their movies?
Nope. There you go, Steve. There's movies I haven't seen.
Yeah, dude. I haven't seen Big Money Rustlers, but I've seen Big Money Hustlers. Big Money Rustlers is the Western version, I guess. Yeah, the sequel, the Western sequel of Big Money Hustlers. Actually does have at least one or two famous people in it. There's some porn star in it, and then there's I know his name. You know his name. He's from Half Baked, the guy who goes to jail in Half Baked.
Oh, Harlan Williams.
Harlan Williams, yes, thank you. Harlan Williams is like the cop officer, Jack Me Off or whatever, Jack Me Off. One of the clown guys talks like Dolomite, only in rhymes. You know, like the
hell yeah,
blaxploitation thing. Through the whole movie, it is so like the film quality so bad, but dude, but they own it all. It's theirs. Like they fucking own it. They own all the merch. They own everything. So like they make a shit ton of money.
Dag, have you seen Black Dynamite? I love that movie.
I don't think so. I did watch Foxy Brown recently.
It's like an homage to those blaxploitation films, but also is a parody of them. They even film it like that old grainy style. They'll even have like mistakes in the movie, like where someone holds the boom mic in frame.
Did he say the Wi-Fi password was
yes, you know, I think I'm familiar with it. I think it's on my list, but I haven't seen it.
You guys want to watch the trailer?
Yeah. If we can,
it should be fun.
I said you're really cute when you're eating a Big Mac.
Then I was trying to find something for the ICP one. I got it ready. You need a second?
I got it.
Okay.
Dad, I think Stephanie's.
Oh, you suckers gather round. There's a brand new movie coming to town. So get on up and check the scene of the smoothest, baddest mother to ever hit the big screen. Main man, Black Dynamite. He's super cool and he knows kung fu. Drives a $5,000 car and wears a $100 suit.
You're so righteous.
This is also true.
Is that an expensive suit or a cheap suit? I don't know back then.
Let me guess. You one of these brothers think you can get by on a wink and a smile, huh? What about the smile?
I am smiling.
Never in the history of the game.
Arsenio's in it.
Such devastation.
There's
CIA needs
Cedric
Black
Yarborough
Dynamite
from
now
Reno
more than
911.
ever.
We need you, Black Dynamite, now more than ever.
I love that. I am
you hunkies from the CIA that Black Dynamite was out of the game.
And he's better than
That's not
Super
Key and Peele guy, is it?
No, that's Michael Jai White.
Oh,
He played.
okay.
He was Spawn in the Spawn movie in the '90s. So cool fact about him: when he started doing martial arts, he was such a big kid. They thought he was a grown man. So he's like 12, 13 years old. Got put in the adult class, and then after he got trained, he started whipping their asses. So he's a legit martial artist. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
and the map put together. But when the mob kills his brother,
Your death will not go unavenged.
and put the dope on the street,
It's my nephew Bucky. He OD'd.
he's back in the game and he's playing for keeps.
His face kind of looks like the Key and Peele guy, though, right? I'm not crazy, am I?
Yeah. Jordan.
He is like twice his height.
I sell drugs to the community.
He killed
Oh, Cedric Yarborough. You're right.
I want him dead now.
So if you crave satisfaction, then dig this action. Guaranteed to put your
Cedric is a
ass in
super black
traction.
guy.
Black, black, stack, attack, and match. Backtrack, slapjack, boot black, flashback, ramsack, jam pack, and still coming back.
See where I'm coming from, you jive mother.
Black Dynamite, starring all-star running back Ferrante Jones, fashion model Tambula Takar.
Oh, yeah, they gave him all fake
Michelson,
actor names,
Ronnie
too.
Sinatra, Little Tiny Tibbs,
Tommy Davidson.
Junebug, Bo Willie Peters, and me. That bad bullhorn. Black Dynamite.
Like, bring your head down. Bring your head down.
Enjoying some good Fox and Sons Irish coffee.
I love it.
I had to Irish it up myself. He doesn't send it that way.
Talking
I
about
did my finger in it.
Michael Jai White being in Spawn. What's going on with the Spawn remake or reboot or whatever? I thought they were like. I keep hearing that it's happening, and then like
Same thing with the He-Man. Well, the He-Man's actually moving forward now, but
I say He-Man, they've actually got casting going on. Like that might actually move forward.
I wish they would freaking give me another Conan. But I think
Conan the Librarian.
Friday night on UHF.
Yeah, I think the Jason Momoa Conan kind of ruined that for like ever going forward again.
Sugar bear. They're sweet and fuzzy like a pear.
So you're a sugar bear. As in the sugar bear.
That's my name. And don't wear it out. You want to go ahead and wipe that nasty jelly shit off your fat fucking mouth?
The one, the only sugar bear.
Oh, there's Harlan.
Fucker they call Sugar Bear.
Cut that shit off.
The fat one, is that Violet J?
Who the fuck is this sugar
Yeah,
bear?
Sugar Bear's Shaggy 2 Dope.
He's the one that does
Sugar bear.
furry costume reviews with his daughter on YouTube.
Really?
His daughter's a furry.
Sugar bear's still out there.
Once the mighty sugar bear. Look at this shit.
As the bad sugar bear.
They're not showing him talking. It's supposed to be a compilation like him.
I'm gonna tear you up.
Well, despite what this stupid video says, he talks like the Black Dynamite guy.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Typo?
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Just shooting the shit, man, on Friday night.
Yeah,
Almost
I feel
forgot
ya.
we were going to do this.
Everybody
That
forgot.
happens to me and Luke all the time.
Yeah. I don't know if you ever got. Go ahead.
Are you the? Did you do Typo? Did you do like a podcast like years back? Fuck, man, what was that podcast called? Would I know you from other content?
I do
Or
Biting
does
the
it mean
Bullet.
Typo? Biting the
I still
Bullet?
do-
Okay, that must be what it is. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I still do that with
Okay.
Luke, and then and then we also have another podcast too. But yeah, mainly Biting the Bullet.
Yeah, Kyle.
Okay, right on. I used to listen to that fucking 5 fucking years ago, man. I don't listen to much podcasts anymore. But okay, cool. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, he does a
Yeah,
show
nice
with
to meet
Nutter and Kyle Matovic too.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
All right, dope.
Nutter's in our fantasy football league.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, so that's why I'm always like talking trash to him.
Yeah, it's very easy to do when he's a Giants fan. So
Nutter also says he's 6 foot tall, but he's literally the same height as my wife, who claims she's 5'11". So you can figure out what height he actually is.
Depends on what time of day, man. You compress by the evening time. You got to get that measurement in the morning.
yeah,
Before the gravity gets you.
Yep. Take a spin on the what do they call that thing? Not the recumbent bed, the recumbent table. You know the thing that people with bad backs, they flip themselves over.
The inversion table.
Inversion table. Yeah, that's what it is. Those wig me out, man. I have a hard time when it goes to go over backwards. I feel like I don't know.
I've never done it. I was always nervous.
Oh shit, Jay! Apparently there was a Black Dynamite cartoon series.
Anime. Yeah, it was good. Yeah, I think it was on Adult Swim.
Huh.
That was around the time that the Mr. T's Scooby Doo parody cartoon was going on, whatever that was called.
Yeah, that one was funny as shit.
Yeah, because Norm Macdonald did the voice of the parrot or the pigeon.
Yeah,
or
No,
whatever.
that's Mike Tyson.
Gilbert.
Yeah,
Oh,
Mike
that's
Tyson,
right. Not Mr. Oh, Mr. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see color. Shit. Is Johnny coming tonight, or is he still dog sitting?
I'm pretty sure Johnny forgot about this entirely.
Oh, okay.
I was thinking about it the other day. I was like, oh man, I thought this was next week. But I was like, oh, but the market. I was like, cool. I'll have the show and I won't have to do the market the next day because as we were talking about, is I always end up having a farmer's market the next day and being hungover and shit for it.
Yeah, the show. The show was great.
Sure was good, man.
Adult Swim used to have some like solid shit.
Yeah. Fucking Aqua Teen was great. It was so weird, but I loved it.
Yeah, that was a great show.
Harvey Birdman was fun. Space Ghost.
We're gonna love Harvey Birdman.
Hey, Jack, get that thing I sent you.
Well, like when I was in college, they had Futurama came on at 10 p.m. and then home movies came on after that. So when
home movies, I forgot
me and my
about
roommate
that.
would watch Futurama, and then I would go outside, smoke a cigarette, and drink a cup of coffee, and come back in and watch home movies and fall asleep. Like, that was my routine. And then after home movies was over, then my roommate would play video games till like 3 o'clock in the morning, which didn't always work out great because we had surround sound in the room, and like the bunk bed was stuffed in the corner. So there's a speaker like right up here by the head of my bed on the wall, and he would play fucking Resident Evil at night. And it's like, so I like hear zombies creeping up on him. I'm like, dude, like I'm trying to fucking sleep. I'd rather not have a zombie like right here by my head. But
Do you guys remember that really fucking weird cartoon that was on there? Xavier, Renegade Angel.
I was gonna say you got to narrow it down with the really fucking weird one, but yeah.
True.
I don't remember that one.
Pull this up, Justin. It's this guy.
I could see myself washing.
Whoops.
What?
My bad. I might have to edit it out later.
Water. The computer virus.
I'll take
is
later
in
that
the
man.
lake.
What's happening to
Whoops. I guess I picked the wrong clip.
Happening at all.
I don't remember that at all.
But it was such a weird show. Like, he was always trying to help people, but he was like really racist and really stupid.
I just got this error that says it's not streaming to Facebook like just now. Is that because of the naked pixelated lady?
It says there might be an issue on Facebook's end, so it's
Okay.
possible there was something
The
there.
timing was just hilarious.
It's
Oh,
like
man, the AI spotted it.
I had a fucking weird timing thing happen the other night. I finally bought my tickets to Alan's show, Justin, in the meetup. And 5 minutes later, I get a call from somebody pretending to be my bank saying that my account was locked and, I need to call this number and use this code. And I was like, So I actually got on my own, my app and looked up the phone number from my actual bank and called. And they're like, no, that's horseshit. It was just kind of totally random that like it happened 5 minutes after I used my card on a website I usually don't use.
Dude, I went through a toll with my SunPass thing, drove through and paid the toll to drive through. Fucking 5 seconds later, I got a scam text. It was like a toll you have unpaid toll invoices, and I'm like, those motherfuckers must be into the fucking toll system somehow. See you run it, know you use it, boom, you have unpaid shit.
I don't even pay my legitimate tolls. I'm definitely not paying a fake one.
Not paying my fake one.
Stephanie gets so mad at me because I'll cross the bridge going from the Indiana side over to Louisville in her car or in her vehicle, and she's like, "You've got this $5 toll." I'm like, "I'm not fucking paying that." She's like, "You have to. It's on my driver's license, or it's on my license plate on my truck." I'm like, then maybe it's your problem. And then
Sounds like a you problem.
Oh God, one time she had one where she had crossed it, so she sent them the money to pay hers, and they applied it to mine because mine was the older one. So then she ended up paying it anyway. It's like, I ain't paying those fucking tolls.
Yeah, I remember when you had the guy that paid your deductible for the year on your insurance, and they mixed you guys up.
Yeah. They never fixed it. I kept getting all of his medical bills.
Tell the story for the people that don't know.
Oh God. Okay, so the story goes way back. So when I first applied for the job that I have, I work at a distillery, and they are very strict on no DUIs, nothing like that. Like, you can't have any drinking related instances on your record. They don't allow that. So I apply and everything, and I'm just waiting for background checks and stuff to come back, and then I, get my start date. And so the recruiting chick calls me and she's like, "Hey, we've got a problem with your background check." I was like, "What?" She said, "You've had a DUI." I said, "The fuck I have." And she goes, "What?" I said, "I have never had a DUI. So whatever you did on the background check, you got it wrong. Go fix it, because I have never had a DUI." And she was taken aback. She was not expecting that response, but I've never had a DUI. Turns out there's another guy that lives in Indiana whose name is also Justin Campbell, who also has the same birthday as I do.
No way.
And so they ran Indiana Justin Campbell with that birthday. They didn't do the full background check using Social Security number and everything. So they go back, they rerun it with my Social Security number, find out it wasn't me, it's this other asshole. Well, this other asshole also has a whole bunch of other problems. I have I've got a couple court cases with my divorce and stuff, and I've had to look up paperwork and stuff on those over the past few years. And so when I just go into the Indiana court thing and look up my name, oh my God, that dude's a fucking delinquent. Also, he is now gainfully employed, but because of all of his years of, I assume, drinking and drug use, he's had some heart problems. So a little over a year ago, I guess it was in December of 23, he had a heart surgery, and then was doing rehab and stuff for that. I started getting all of his all of these insurance statements for heart surgery and rehab every week and all of this other stuff. And Stephanie just happened. I never look at any of that shit. And I don't use my.
It's important to call.
I never go to the doctor. I never go to the hospital. I'm getting these statements and I don't know what the fuck it is, and I don't care because I don't use my insurance. Well, Stephanie opened one of them and looked at it, and she goes, "Are you going to rehab for something?" I was like, "Well, fuck you."
Secretly in rehab.
About? So I'd get this and look at it, and it was for some place over in eastern part of Indiana, and it's that guy. It's the other Justin Campbell with the same birthday as me. Guess what? He also, through his job, has Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield, and our policy numbers are relatively similar. So they've been running all of his shit on my insurance. So by February of last year, I had met every deductible I had for the year. I call the insurance company. I'm like, hey, so this is not me. Y'all might want to get this fixed. They're like, oh my gosh, yes. Please get all the paperwork that you've got for it and send it to us so we can get it all squared away, and we'll get it taken care of. They never did get it taken care of. I got that dude's statements the entire year. He just kept using my insurance for his rehab and everything else that he had going on. It's whatever. At least somebody's using my insurance because I sure as hell don't.
He's just double dipping, dude.
My father-in-law was recently, I don't know, getting new insurance or something, moving, whatever reason. He needed to get a background check. And he's got a very common name. And he's a very upstanding citizen, small business owner, responsible person. He's been a quadriplegic for the last 6 years. So he's very harmless, I guess we'll say. Anyhow, background check came back. Oh man, he's a bail jumper, a violent criminal, a thief, drug dealer, all this stuff. He's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
He's like, I'm a quadriplegic. I'm not a jumper at all.
Yeah, right. If there's one thing you can't accuse me of, it's jumping bail. So oh shit. So yeah, it turned he had to pay $20 to have a background check done that was more than just his name and city he's from. And it turns out he has a totally clean record, but yeah, the insurance company was like, nah man, we can't insure you, you're a bad dude. But didn't do the second level of investigation. They didn't want to pay the $20.
I had kind of a similar problem, but not just because the year I was born, Josh was one of the most popular names to name a boy. And, I'm from rural Virginia. So there's 6 or 7 last names in the entire area. So I went to high school with two
it's
other
a thin forest. If you catch my drift.
I went to high school with 4 other Josh Hensleys.
Wow.
That's never happened. All of those parents could have gotten together and maybe we should give them different names or something. I don't know. Make this easier on them.
Well, it's everybody on my mom's side of the family. Everyone's they either have Andy as a first or middle name or John as a first or middle name.
Haven't had a good Jebediah in a few generations. Throw one of them in the mix.
Ezekiel.
Ooh, that's a good one. Because then you get that's a real because Ezekiel's great because like not only is it like fancy, but then you get to be Zeke.
Zeke, yep.
I mean, that's way cooler than like Kyle, you know, chugging a fucking Mountain Dew on a skateboard. My name's fucking Zeke. Dude, you're tearing it up at the beach.
Got shredding some gnar.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah, bro. Yeah, that was definitely, we were talking about the show Dinosaurs last night. And do you remember like Robbie, the teenager with like the mohawk, or like Bart Simpson with the spiky hair, or like, I was really into Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So I was like all about like that when I was like 6, you know what I mean? Like I want cool fucking like hair and bro, yeah.
Dude, that first movie just turned 35 yesterday.
Turtles?
Yep. I feel old.
Wow. Yeah.
That was the first, a little bit. That was the first movie I saw by myself, or not by myself, but like without adult supervision. My buddy Johnny,
theater.
My buddy Johnny, his dad dropped us off at the theater, and we just went and watched the movie by ourselves. No adult supervision. He was like, "I'll come back and get you when it's over."
It's funny, like putting a bunch of martial artists in rubber suits turned out pretty good compared to like the Michael Bay version with the CGI Hulk monsters.
Yeah.
Yeah, those had a lot of promise. They just, I don't know. There was something about that styling that didn't work as well. And at least I didn't think so.
Plus they're wearing all that junk, all the trash and shit. It was just weird looking.
Yeah, it was a little too much. Like,
when the turtles are like getting thrown into like the side of tanks and putting dents in, and I'm like, all right, maybe they're a little bit too big. That's Michael Bay for you, though.
Yeah, he's gonna go. What the hell?
For the last 14 years, 26-year-old Michelle Ivy has dedicated her life to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
That's a legit head, by the way.
It looked like it.
Yeah. All right, that one's gonna get us popped.
Yeah.
She eats every day.
It's gonna smell so bad inside that.
Grew out of a pony.
She has become a Ninja Turtle, pretty much. She's crossed over the line and has adapted a whole new personality.
These here are
there
my heads.
Oh my god.
Yeah, this is
She
not my
looks
head. These are my
better
heads.
with the
This right here is
hat
my
on.
new pride and joy, Michelangelo.
Yeah.
So any scene where you see Michelangelo, like when he goes, "Wait, really? I'm just a beautiful princess in disguise."
I thought this looked like the third movie, heads with all the freckles.
Give me a kiss. And it's actually this head saying it.
Because Michelle works at a factory
It's
for
crazy.
minimum
Like, yeah,
wage.
like putting herself into debt. Like she has some shitty job, but lives at home. Her parents. Oh, hold on. Yeah, this is great.
Oh god.
She has
Oh, so
her own
this isn't
job,
satire?
making her own money.
No,
and
this is real.
She can waste her
Oh,
own
shit.
money on this stuff. Pardon my French.
I paid $1,800 for Leonardo.
Michelle's going high risk.
Yeah.
She's willing to put herself.
Yeah, it's watching the Spectrum show like I was watching earlier today. You've seen Love on the Spectrum, right, Jay?
Yeah. I need to watch the new
Yeah.
season.
Yeah, the new season's out. Yeah, man, it's so touching.
Yeah, it's endearing. Yeah.
Yeah.
It actually is good. I would never watch that, but my girlfriend was watching it one day, and then I slowly kept creeping in the room, like, "Oh, this looks actually pretty interesting." And then all of a sudden, I'm sitting there, and I'll be like, "Oh my god, they're breaking up!" Like within like
Dude, that's
2
like the
hours.
hardest part, watching them break up. Hey, I'm sorry, I think we should be just friends. The little Downsy girls, like, okay, I understand. Oh my god.
Yeah, and like
Oh.
I don't even know. There'll be like one that they'll go on a date and be like, "Oh, I felt like that went really well," and then he'll be like, "I don't like her," and I'm like, "What the fuck just happened?"
Yep.
That was, and then like, I don't know. I don't know how to say this without sounding fucked up, but I'd be like, "Oh wow,
for it.
she looks pretty good for one of those," And then he'll be like, and then like the dude's like, "No," and then like meets. One that doesn't look as good, and like he's like, "We're hitting it off," and I'm like, "Really, bro? Like you had a good farm girl there, and she was not bad looking."
What's
Now
the
they're
one
both in
that's
the same anime? What do you want?
What's the name of the one that's like always negative? He's like, oh, I don't know.
I don't know. He's got glasses, blonde hair. I know who you're
James.
talking about.
Yeah, he was the real like socialisty one online.
No.
He looks
That's
like,
a different one
like
I'm
the
thinking
guy-
of.
Oh, okay. I was like the guy who looks like the guy who took a shot at Trump. That's James, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They weren't the same person?
I think it is James.
Connor is really funny. He was the one with the don't like nature girl.
Yes.
He's like, you're not supposed to write it down while you're sitting there. I played that on here before. I'm gonna have to pull it up though. It's so good.
Wait, did James go like when James went on like that speed dating thing? Was he like meeting not autistic people? Was that normal people?
No, it's autistic-y people, and most of them it's.
Oh, okay. Because
Yeah,
I'm
it's
not
not
lying.
just-
Because the some of the girls sat down and I was like, I don't think there's anything wrong with her. Like, I mean, she's probably as autistic as I am. Like, come on. Like, I don't think she's that bad.
Well, one of the counselors, the therapist ladies who comes on and helps them learn how to date and deal with people, she's fucking autistic. So like the show says, it's a spectrum, I guess. But the new season, there's the chick from Tampa is actually, she's not. I mean, if you talk to her, something's a little off.
Yeah.
But but she looks decent, for sure.
Yeah, there's some of them. I'm like, wait, is she? And then they talk, and you're like, okay, there it is.
Yeah,
I see it now.
And that's
exactly.
probably what half the females that dated us thought after like our first date. It's like, yeah, he looks all right, but after you get to talking to him, like you can tell there's something a little bit off.
Yeah,
he's really into sci-fi.
Well, I mean, they are making
Tanner's my favorite.
Me too, dude. Me too. Tanner, he's just so awesome and positive.
Oh, he went on what's one of those like women daytime, stay-at-home mom shows like Drew Barrymore or something like that. Tanner was on one of those recently, and we were talking about fucking Minecraft earlier. He always wanted to meet Jack Black, so he got to meet Jack Black, and he came out and did his skibbly doobly doobly, and they gave him a hug, and I can't stand Jack.
Oh, bless his heart. Well, that's when I'm like, wrestling's so awesome. When you get
This is the Puerto Rican model, yeah.
Yeah, this is the one I was
her
looking for, but it doesn't matter. And any Down syndrome model would have done the trick for the demonstration.
This is true.
There's a few of them out there. Yeah, they're getting progressively hotter. Are they getting hotter, or are they better at finding them? The people who want to exploit them for their hotness.
Or are we getting more? Getting more of them. So now there's more.
That's
variety.
fair. Yeah. I mean, if we just pump those numbers up, I mean, sheer statistics would dictate that we get a few more hot ones out of the bunch.
But it's my theory. It's like my theory for why there's a resurgence of white boys in college basketball is because all these black professional basketball players keep breeding with white girls and producing a continually more and more diluted product that is making black basketball players worse, which means that by comparison, all the white boys seem a lot better. So like as you expand your breeding pool, eventually you're going to start getting the downsy ones that are, kind of hot. I mean, that's just like statistics.
Yeah. I read a book about that once.
Well, here's a weird one. It's that one girl. I don't remember her name, but she's on. I think it's on like TLC or some dating show. Maybe it's on one streaming somewhere. But she's like permanently looks like a little kid, but she's like
she's got the Gary Coleman syndrome
or something, and she's going around meeting like regular looking guys and trying to like, but she looks like she's 8.
Oh, I think I did see that.
And
she worked on To Catch a Predator, right?
I don't know about. She might have. I mean, it makes sense if she did.
Some of them have. There's a couple girls.
I mean, anybody that's going for her based on looks, they should be on a list probably.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if any guy that's like, "Oh, I really like her," you're like, "Okay, bro, what's someone check his hard drives right now."
Already catching enough shit from me.
What they're not allowed to date.
Already catching up a shit.
That room and everything was based on conversation that you had, and then you meet her in person. It's like, oh, what the fuck? That's one thing. But if like the initial is seeing her, and then it's like, that's my speed right there. Like, okay, like you got some issues.
Yeah,
I already catch up shit from marrying a Korean.
There was a famous one recently. Oh fuck, I'm trying to find it. But yeah, where that was the whole thing was like they had like this girl and her boyfriend's like 6'5" or some shit, and she's like, like 4'4", some like insanely short, shit. And it's like what? She's not allowed to date, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know, man. You got to feel like you're committing a crime, even if you love the girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, at 6'5", anybody that's under like 5'5", it feels really awkward. It's like
you got to hook up with Danny DeVito at that point. You know what I mean? And then nobody's gonna be weird about it. It's just proportions.
Make sure my wife left. All right, so I did very, very briefly date a chick who was like 5'1", and she would like jump up on like whenever we would go to like leave and kiss goodbye. She would like jump up on the edge of her car or on the edge of my truck and like stand in the door so that she was like could be up high enough.
How tall are you?
6'5".
Oh my god, that's fucking. Yeah, I'm
dude,
5'8", so I've never had that problem.
I'm 6 foot. My wife is 5'1". So when I go to hug her, I crush her nasal passages in my chest by accident sometimes.
That's sweet.
Yeah, I'm 5'8", and I dated a girl that was taller than me once. She was 5'10".
This one's 5'8" as well.
Oh wow, we're the same height.
Say my 14-year-old or 15-year-old daughter is your height. We breed them big around here. My son is 6'4", 290 pounds. So,
yeah, well, I feel like I'm the runt because my dad and my uncle, they're like 6'2", 6'3", and then there's me, and I'm like, what the fuck happened, dude? My sister is my height, so I'm like, what the fuck is this?
That's depressing.
Wow, thank you.
And she just spent some time in a facility, so she knows about depressing. Like,
Fact.
sorry.
That's what you found her. You picked her up.
She said if Sean was her height, she would cry for him on a daily basis.
I cry for Sean on a daily basis.
Yeah, but that's for different reasons.
Yeah.
We
all have a moment of prayer for him every day.
I'm glad Stephanie's not out here. We about broke some shit in the kitchen earlier. I was like, he was acting big. I was like, you want to go again? I'll put you on the floor again. And so I got him wrapped up, and we were like on the way down and started to crash into the wall. And I was like, oh shit, I can't hit this wall because it'll probably put a hole in it. So I repositioned and shifted our weight, but then we almost went into the countertop, and I was like, his head is going to like go right in the corner of that countertop and split his head open. And it's like, all right, like I let go. I was like, we got to stop. We're going to break something or somebody's going to get hurt. Like, we don't have enough space. That the kitchen in the other house is a lot more like open. There's not a lot of shit in there. And so we can just like fucking go. But the kitchen in the main house is a little more occupied with stuff. And I was like, we are either going to break something or hurt one of us. And
I'm not looking forward to when my boys are teenagers.
You're gonna get
That'd be better than having teenage daughters.
True.
So, I don't know, man. I remember my sister when she was a teenager. It was the reason I had to move the fuck out of the house, man.
Yeah, both of my sisters are crazy.
Ooh. Got it. Remember, we had a teenage girl neighbor one time, and I'd get woken up in the morning hearing her and her mom argue on the front porch and shit. Jesus Christ. Any movie, there's a bratty teenage girl. Oh, fuck no. Horror movie, kill that bitch first. Get her out of here. I can't stand it.
There's a fun one time my mom and my younger sister were arguing, and one of my friends who used to come over and hang out after school every day was there, and he was like making like a peanut butter sandwich in the kitchen or something. And my sister got, smart, and she called my mom a bitch. And my mom like stepped in, like textbook, hip tossed my sister and smacked her in the face at the same time she hit the floor. My buddy's like, runs out of the room to tell me.
Like on purpose.
Were we talking about it on here on Wednesday, or was it on Pelly Fiction on Tuesday when talking about the time that my stepson called Stephanie a bitch, and I came around the corner and grabbed him by his collar, got his feet up, I got him up on his tiptoes. I said, "If you ever call her that again, it'll be the last fucking word that comes out of your mouth." And we have never had another problem with him talking back to his mother at all. And I think like we were talking about, my mom, when I told her I'd put her in a home and forget she existed, and she believed me. I think when I told him it was the last word that would come out of his mouth, he absolutely believed me.
Justin's got a regular Brady Bunch.
Yes, I do. I also have a little bit.
We're gonna play that intro today.
I even have a little bit of sociopathy, so.
No
way.
Word there, champ.
Oh God, Sean and I were talking about that this morning on the way to school. So I can't remember what it was, how it came up, but I was like, yeah, I absolutely have no problem with like cutting somebody off and just completely forgetting that they ever existed at all. I was like, so keep that in mind. Don't fuck around. He was like,
that's what I'm saying. People need to get more.
that's my clone back there. If you hadn't noticed.
Yeah, man. Well, dude, it's hard enough to keep up with the people I actually like,
Yeah. What's that? What's it? The Dunbar rule or number, where you can only like keep like 100 or 150 people like relationships in your brain. That's all your brain can handle.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard something like that. It was like, if you think like, when we were like tribal living in the woods kind of thing, like, or not even that, dude. I mean, even just fuck, man.
Like a small village.
200-300 years ago in the US. I mean, fuck, how many people did you actually meet in your life? I mean, most people didn't travel. I think it's like 50 miles from their home, like their whole fucking life. Like that was like, 50 miles if you didn't have a car, that's a long fucking trip, dude.
Dunbar's number is a suggested cognitive limit to the number of people with whom one can maintain stable social relationships, which is dependent or in which an individual knows who each person is and how each person relates to every other person. Using the average human brain size and extrapolating from the results of primates, he proposed that humans can comfortably maintain 150 stable relationships. There is some evidence that brain structure predicts the number of friends one has, though causality remains to be seen.
Yeah, so I have a huge family. That's why I've probably forgotten family members, because I've had to I only have so much RAM.
Yeah, man. There is, dude, especially like if you have a job where you have to like meet like a lot of people, like that. It's tough to keep it straight sometimes. It's easy to forget people.
I've started.
I remember your car.
I've started where we get so guys can bid into, if we have job openings in the department, guys can bid into the job, and so when they win the bid, they get to do a 5-day trial where they come and like they get to shadow all the different jobs that we do in the department to decide if they actually want to take the job or not. And until they actually accept the job and come move to the shift, I don't bother learning their names. So we'll have guys who are shadowing and doing their 5-day, and they're like, "What's this guy's name?" I was like, "I have no fucking clue." Until they actually accept the bid and they're on the block, and they're like, I just tell them go with so and so today and shadow. Like I don't bother learning any names until I.
Well, that's how I am when they hire somebody in the shop and I got to train them, and like usually after I'm pretty good at like prejudging people, and there'll be like once you get a couple hours into the shift, I'm just like, yeah, I'm not going to even ask you any personal questions. There's no point in getting to know you because you're not going to be here for long.
I usually try and hold off making any actual conversation, like friendly wise, for as long as possible with any new person, because then it's a thing. Then they're going to talk to you, So if
you're his only friend. You're the first
man.
One, you're his only friend.
You definitely don't want to be the first one for sure, man. And then as the longer they think I'm just some grumpy old timer or whatever, the longer that they're gonna. But then, yeah, man, once you break that seal, sometimes they want to talk.
Comedy Central will probably hit us if I play a South Park clip, right?
I don't know. We've got a South Park intro that doesn't get dinged. So,
all right, let me see if I can find this, because you're the only friend.
Nature.
It reminded me of this.
Oh, pardon me. Sorry, guys. I'm drinking beers tonight, so I'm a little belchy.
Ew.
Years.
I know. I don't mean to gross up the boys' night. Yucky burps.
Here, pull this up.
So glad we didn't have social media when I was a kid.
Oh yeah.
Yeah! Mom, Dad, I made a friend today. Kip, really?
You did?
Yeah!
Oh, son, that's wonderful.
What's his name? Kyle Broflovsky. He's a student, and his interests include video games and reading. Oh, is he a nice boy? Oh, he's the best, Mom. He has a green hat, and he wants the world to stop talking about ninjas. Ooh, I need to tell him what I'm currently thinking about. What am I currently thinking about?
It's like the definition of a parasocial relationship. You know, the weird ones.
So like it's like a couple of dudes on Love on the Spectrum.
Yeah.
I am glad we didn't have social media. Like the closest thing we had to social media was MSN Messenger, and that was
with your away message.
Yeah, and that was just come home, hop on Messenger, message my buddies, find out where we were meeting, and then go. Like make sure you log out so your parents don't. So none of your friends accidentally send you a message while you're not there, and then your parents see it, and they're like, because everything was on the family computer in Dad's office. So
Yeah, I got in trouble for that, and I wasn't messaging my friend; I was messaging a girl, and that was very awkward conversation. I'll say.
Yeah, remember Yahoo chat rooms? Like, I should not have been there at that age, but
yeah, shouldn't there.
I know my sister would always get in those like bunch of weird chat rooms when she was like 13, and she's like, "Look, this guy's my friend." I'm like, "You don't know who this fucking guy is. Stop talking to these people."
Would she act like she was older? I know, like my sister and like her friends, they'd all act like they were like 3 years older. They go on there as
maybe she did,
and they're like 12.
Maybe she did. She didn't do it when I was around. I was like, "What the hell? Who are you talking to? What do you mean you got a boyfriend? Like, what the fuck?
Who needs to die?"
Well, I feel like, when I was like 12 or 13, I was playing around in the chat rooms, and I feel like any girl I was talking to was looking back on it now, like that was probably some like dude, it was probably some old.
Yeah, that's
dude.
what I always just assume. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys ever played RuneScape, but I played RuneScape.
I'm familiar.
Growing up, and like I was like, I don't know, 13, and then I see like a little animated girl, and she's like, "Oh, hi, want to trade or something?" And I'm like, "Oh, cool, we can trade gold, like I don't know, armor and shit." And then she's like, "Let's go on missions together." I'm like, "Are you even a girl?" Like,
my theory of internet gaming is all of the females are actually dudes, and all of the dudes are actually 12-year-old boys.
Yeah.
Anybody that's pretending to be a man on a video game is actually a 12-year-old boy or younger, and anybody pretending to be a woman on a video game is actually a man.
So one of the guys I work with that I've told you guys about, the man child who's almost 50 that lives in a long stay hotel, who makes the same money as I do, and I own 2 houses. He always plays as a chick in World of Warcraft. Like all his characters are female.
In one of the games I played, somebody was like, "So does that mean you're a 12-year-old boy?" I'm like, "According to my wife, I act like one. So yes, my theory holds true."
Trust the science.
If you're especially working a trade angle, being like a female character pretending to be is probably a good way to go, man, because you could probably really get better deals. You could get better shit out of the dudes. Really target those nerds.
Catfishing 101.
Yeah, man. I'm not a scammer, but I kind of admire scammers, like the balls, the amoralness, all that stuff. It sounds
so. You're a big fan of gypsies, are you?
Gypsies? Well, I mean,
he and Clyde are friends.
It's my bloodlines.
Oh,
right. I got, I don't know when it was. I was probably like 13, 14. I was really into like Call of Duty, Xbox Live, I was like 13, 14, around like 2008 or 2009 maybe, and I was like playing with these guys, and there's like 3 of them, and they were like in a clan, and I was like, oh, cool. Like they're like, hey, you seem pretty good. Do you want to join the clan? So we back out. I go in the lobby, and they're like, yeah, you have to go to this website to sign up. And I'm like, okay, what's the website? And they're like, it's kind of weird, but just trust me. They're like, go to lemonparty.com.
Oh no!
Oh,
You know what
the
that
lemon
is?
party, yeah. Oh yeah, I've been lemon partied, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know what the fuck it was. I'm like 14. I'm like, dude, I don't think this is the right website. And they're like, no, type it in again. And I'm like, they're like, what do you see? And I describe it, and it was like old men. I don't even remember. It was like old men doing something, and like sexual. And I don't remember. And they're fucking dying laughing. I was so embarrassed, dude. I backed out, blocked them, and then like went to bed after that. I was so embarrassed.
What were the other joke websites that we used to prank people with back then? It was like whitehouse.com was one.
Oh God, whitehouse.com got me in trouble because
What was that?
Whitehouse.com was a straight up porn site. But as a kid writing a fucking report for my social studies class, and I needed some information on government stuff, me not realizing that there's a difference between .com and .gov, and then not understanding how to clear your search or how to clear the browser history. Then Dad's like, "What have you been looking at?" I'm like, "Nothing that I should have been, obviously."
Meat Spin was the other one. This is like the Rickroll before Rickroll was a thing. You ever heard of Meat Spin typo?
No, I don't know what that is.
So, yeah, just use your imagination.
Yeah, I mean, once you said meat, I'm like, I can think of lots of
things. Well, the joke on that one is obviously spinning meat, but it's like if you watch after so many revolutions, then you're gay. That was the prank. And it's got that one song. Was it not Culture Club, but it was that "You Spin Me Right Round, Baby Right." That was playing in the background.
Oh, Jesus Christ,
dude! The internet used to be the Wild West, man.
It's funny that you use the Rickroll reference because that's what I thought when I first unfortunately discovered Lemon Party. You know, it was like, this is like the dirty version of Rickrolling. You know,
yeah.
I guess I was lucky with my like online gaming experience early on because I played a lot of Halo 3 and the multiplayer stuff, especially when ODST came out and had all the bonus maps and stuff. And like I just happened to get on, and I got in with a group of guys that were playing one night, and somehow I ended up running with them. And I didn't have like a mic or anything, so I would like do text chatting in between rounds. And the next morning I went and got a mic, and then every Friday and Saturday night at 9:00 we'd get on and we'd play until 3:00 in the morning. And it was a group of 6 of us, and we would just absolutely terrorize anyone and everyone we came across. Like we wouldn't even play for real. We would just play to piss people off and make them quit. And it was amazing fun. And I was like sniper, camper. I would either guard the flag or be the one that would like run the edges of the map and go get the flag if we did capture the flag stuff. And one night they're like, "All right, Soupy's going to be the one that leads us in kills." I'm like, we're never going to stop playing if we're like waiting for me to lead in kills. I'm like, my thing is fewest kills, fewest deaths, achieve objectives. Like I don't get a lot of kills. They're like, "Nope, you're going to lead us in kills." Oh my gosh.
You got to play that role. You got to have a good Slayer on your team too, though.
That was the longest fucking night ever. It's like, I am not built for this. Stop trying to make me kill people.
I would, we used to go to I used to be a semi-professional Halo player, so we would go to tournaments and everything, and like I would have to fill different roles depending on what team I was playing on. Like sometimes I'd have to be the flag runner. Other times it's like just fucking go out there and keep the other team respawning so we can get the objective. So that was my Slayer role. But hey, I'm a power bottom.
Yeah, it's more about speed than thrust force. You know, it's you got to keep the rhythm.
Motion in the ocean, something or another. I don't know. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. I don't know.
Yeah, something about being your turn in the barrel. I don't know. It's something like that. How much I hear like the term like your turn in the barrel, or it's been our turn in the barrel for too long, or whatever, and just like casual, what have you. And I'm like, like that joke, it's hilarious, but like it's pretty fucking dirty. that just like that the whole barrel reference gets worked in a little more clean environments. I've been a little surprised. Makes me think some people just don't realize what the thing. But
I think there are a lot of references that get made that people don't understand the origin or the actual meaning of the reference, and so when they say it, it's like it's really funny to us and it's really funny to them, but it's funny to us for a whole different reason than it's funny to them, because they think they're being witty when actually they're being horrible.
Did I ever tell you guys my theory about where the sleepy Mexican stereotype came from?
No,
but I'm intrigued.
Okay, so remember the Alamo? Never forget. So after that battle we lost, the U.S. Army like followed the Mexicans into Mexico, like trying to run them down, and the Mexicans were on the retreat, and they were like, "Fuck, we're tired. It's the middle of the day. Let's just like try to get some rest right now." And then while they were sleeping was where the army caught up to them and like fucking decimated them. So I think that's I don't know. That's my theory at least.
It's like culturally, like like they take like siestas, which like I get, because like when it's hot as fuck and like the days are long, like an afternoon nap is really nice.
Oh yeah, especially in a hammock.
Oh hell yeah, dude, we just got a hammock. It's baller.
It's life changing.
In like before air conditioning, like in the South, like businesses in the summer, like they'd close, like like in like the afternoon, like Wednesdays would be like half days. It's like fuck this, it's too hot. Extended nap breaks. Yeah, man. Yeah, you got a siesta. But I think that I don't know how like negatively stereotypical that is. I think that's a thing. At least that's what my dad always told me.
Yeah.
The Mexicans like their siestas, and they got it right. I agree.
It's like the episode of South Park where they want the kids to be more inclusive or
all racism or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Randy looks over and there's a Mexican with a mop bucket and he's like sleeping. He's like, "Hey, look, the stereotypical sleepy Mexican." And the guy's like, "Oh, I'm so sleepy."
He's just the janitor.
Yeah, he wasn't a display. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Hell fucking yeah.
All right. Me and Katie have plans. We are going to watch TV all night. We're hanging out. She hasn't been here for a couple weeks. We've had a lot of shit going on. So
you got Sean too?
Sean is doing whatever he's doing.
Did he ever figure out the problem with his computer? I downloaded all these damn games to play with him, and then he never played because he got one error, got pissed off, and gave up.
No, his computer died.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That was the error. It had a full on fucking meltdown. Like
shit.
The system deleted something in the system deleted the whole processing system. Like it self-deleted for some reason. And he had it with the Geek Squad. He had it with the Geek Squad at Best Buy for like a month. And they finally got it figured out and got the new components and everything. I think he's got it fixed now, but I'm pretty sure he was sending me pictures of like, hey, look, it's actually running again, like last weekend. So I think he's got it going. Yeah, it was like catastrophic failure on the part of the processing system. So it wasn't like something just wrong with the game and he couldn't figure it out. It was his computer like had a full on meltdown.
Too many pictures of boobs.
Probably. Motherfuckers keep the whole album full of them.
Bob's and Beans.
I'm kidding. He doesn't do that anymore. That was just the one time, and it was just the one, and it was just like the one picture. And it arguably, I mean, he had it right. It was Alexandria Daddario from True Detective season 1. So, like, I mean, yeah,
it's respectable.
Yeah, I mean, at least have good taste. I can appreciate it. Yeah, but like his mom was like, "I need you to really get mad at him and really get on to him about it." I was like, "Dude, who was it?" It's like, I just want to know who it was. And he told me. I was like, "Oh, yeah, I get it. Okay, like don't do it again though. Like especially your mom is really pissed off at you. He was like,
Don't get caught.
Like, yeah, don't get caught. Don't be a dumbass.
Just have the
That's rule number 1. Don't get caught.
sex addiction training. That's where you go wrong. Get caught. Oh, God damn it, Billy.
That sounds pretty retarded.
Because democracy basically means government by the people, of the people, for the people. But the people are retarded.